The stage was set for a stormy affair in the National Assembly even before the session began. A parliamentary group meeting that set the tone of what was to come.
It will not be business as usual in Parliament. Therefore, CORD has recalled its members from all the already formulated committees.
And indeed, when the session began in the afternoon, there was no agreement. CORD wanted majority membership in the Public Accounts Committee and the Public Investments Committee, the two main watchdog committees, while Jubilee held that it ought to have the majority since the rules provide that membership is based on strengths of political parties in the House. CORD countered the hard stance approach adopted by the Jubilee coalition, announcing their withdrawal from all committees.
It is not the preserve of the leader of a coalition to remove members from a committee that has been constituted. It is the individual members who will, Mr. Speaker.
What followed was a heated debate not witnessed yet in the new National Assembly.
Any purporting that one side can have committees without the other is a no-go, because it is not possible. It is not possible. You may want, because you are used to impunity. Remember, we are dealing with you after you have stolen our elections. We are dealing with people who have really, you are holding. What is the problem, Mr. Speaker?
Mr. Speaker, is it in order for Honorable Jakoyo to use the time that you have given him to answer the question of forming of committees, to pass a political message, a message, Mr. Speaker, that we as Jubilee and our supporters are getting rather tired of apologizing for winning an election, Mr. Speaker, with over 800,000 votes.
It is very clear as of now that the minority is not only lacking leadership in this House, but they are getting directions as to how to transact business in this House from quarters outside of this House. Last week, we are aware when there was to submit names. Telephone calls were made from London to stop them from submitting their list to this House, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Don't make allegations.
Shame. I beg for your protection, Mr. Speaker.
Don't make aspersions.
Mr. Speaker, it is clear, and from the agitation you can see from these members.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
He has the biggest mouth. The Honorable Mr. Friend Outa, I now order you to get out of the chamber. But I cannot allow impunity.
Mr. Outa. Sergeant at Arms, can you get that? And you are... Get him out. Mr. Speaker. Throw him out. Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order.
And with no solution in sight, Speaker Justin Muturi gave a ruling on the way forward.
Where names for formation of any committee have been submitted and the list meets the minimum threshold set by Standing Order number 177 as amended on April 25, 2013, the names be brought to the House for consideration and approval.
His ruling, nevertheless, did not go down well with some. Debate still raged with occasional humor, sarcasm, and even mockery.
Mr. Speaker, the majority cannot have their cake and eat it.
Mr. Speaker, these are orphans, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, when a child has lost a parent, it becomes very painful, Mr. Speaker, and especially a kind that there has been a spirit of choices, Mr. Speaker, of nusumkate, some milk and something else, to the extent that, Mr. Speaker, if this kind is not used to fighting and getting things for himself, it becomes very difficult when the parent is gone, Mr. Speaker.
We do acknowledge your majority status. It's not a status that we challenge. Just the same way we would appreciate if you acknowledged our minority status.
Let's not grandstand. Let's not display
brinkmanship.
The Speaker then forced to intervene and settle the matter with finality, prompting a walkout from a section of CORD members. Well, it's now upon the two coalitions to decide whether they'll resolve the matter amicably or the grandstanding continues in the National Assembly. Hussein Mohammed, Citizen Live at 9 in Nairobi.